So, keeping on. I I was so excited. I was elated. What is college? I mean, not college, because we call it college. That's what we call high school. It's from the French. That's why I said college, and it was like the equivalent of college. And I would say what every uh, I would say what every decent old man would say. And I just go ahead and say it. I don't know else. I don't know what else I don't know how else to say it. Back in the day, education system was much better and more efficient. That is, people with a uh, primary school diploma could actually teach primary school, and that's happened. For instance, my brother-in-law, he had only like a primary school diploma. I mean, and then he went and he passed the test of teachers, and in I don't know 1 or 2 years of formation, I mean training, and he was a teacher. And in the high school, when I went there, it was Collège d'Ixar. Still, I went the other day with the crew of 60 minutes. Same high school, did not change a bit. Even back in the day, the corruption was much less. The material they used to build that school was very strong. And still standing. Nowadays, they use different material. And all people of, children of all walks of life went to the same school. Same public school. And it was free. We had rich kid, we had poor kids, we had everything, and quality education. Again, I'm sounding like an old person, which I am, but today, if I see a child who already finished like high school and he cannot like write a decent letter or a decent email without so many mistakes in any language, that is a very, very big alarm bell to me. And I may be like my memory may be like misleading, or I don't know. I really don't know. But the fact is, we did not have private schools. We had only like public school, almost virtually, and they were like good. But maybe the school today are good. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm blinded by my own judgment, I guess. So anyway, I loved school. And the first day, I did not know how to present myself. Because now I have the feeling that I am being a man. Being a man means I have to smoke. And I did actually smoke. Because, you know, and smoking is very important as a part of the personality, how to hold the cigarette, and exactly, with uh, the with the what you call it, with the piece of cigarette, to hold it between the index and the middle finger, with your thumb pressing against the middle finger. That's how you hold it. And you can hold it with your left hand, which is preferable, or with your right hand. So you cannot just puff, you have to inhale. Because if you don't inhale, mean you are not a professional and no one will take you seriously. So it was a lot of pain going through that process of retraining myself of how to smoke everything. So I abandoned the idea very quickly because it was really hurtful to my lungs, and And yeah, I just abandoned it. I had to look for something else. So how I dress, my brother Muhammadin was very nice to me. Peace be upon him. May he rest in peace. He died when I was in Guantanamo Bay prison, like 1 year before my release. Suddenly he died from dengue fever. And so he, when I came to him, he was working in this bakery, and he was like young, beautiful child, you know. At that time, he was like 20, 21, in his early 20s. And he had even a car. It was not his, it was his uncle for whom he worked. But it was almost his car because he drove it around. 504 Peugeot. 504 Peugeot. It was, I don't know, the equivalent of what you call this popular American car. That sounds like a horse name, you know, and yeah, very popular car, and like middle class, upper middle class. He had it, but he was not upper middle class. It was not his even. So, and he gave me 500 ugia. That is over 10 US dollar then. And that's a lot of money. And I was shocked. I did not know what to do with these 10 little 10 bucks. I said, what can I do with this money? I asked him. I said, you do whatever you want. And then I went outside, and then I went to the fruit seller, and then I bought like red apple. Like red apple, that for the first time I ate red apple, because in Rosso I had only like green apple. Now red apple was within reach. And I think I bought some oranges. I bought some beignet. Beignet is like these I don't know, not cookies. It's like pancake. Yeah, pancake. They make it on the street. It's horrible. It's not healthy. A lot of it's a lot of oil in it, fried. It's with eggs. That's flour with eggs, and then they fry it with a lot of sugar on it. And they call it les beignets. And yeah, I bought, and then I don't know. I think I spent like maybe $1 or a little bit over $1. Then I came back. Then I want to give him the money because it was a very big responsibility. I don't want to do something bad with money, because that's the first time that I have money. So I don't want to do any mistake with it. And I came back, gave him the money. He said, no, you can keep it. I said, what should I do? He said, whatever. I went back, and then on my way, I saw this studio. Studio mean photography studio. Went inside, there was this guy. He was from some neighboring country, a black guy. Niger, or I don't think he was a Senegalese. And then his studio smelled funny. Not bad, just funny. And then the light everywhere. The inside was serene. He was alone, only like looking at his pictures on the wall or everywhere. Just artist. I said, I want like a picture. Take my picture, take it. That's why it was my moment of narcissism. I stood there, and he put some fake flowers, plastic flowers beside me, snapped my picture, told me to come the next day or after the next day, I don't know. I had to wait impatiently. And I paid like maybe $2.50, the equivalent of $2.50, which was heavy, a great deal of money. but I had to live it up. So first day in college, so I didn't know what to do. So we didn't have like we didn't have like a house where we lived. We lived in the Keba, that is the favelas, and we had one hangar, and then we had a toilet, and then we have outside uh, outhouse. I don't know what's called, and we have we have we have uh, we have we have another room, wooden, like very like thin wood. So I eat. There is I don't know how to prepare. So I had the clothes for the first day, and then I don't know how to make my hair because my hair is like very straight and it tend to go down, but I want it up because I always dreamed of curly hair, a dream that never materialized. And I hate when I see the other kids with curly hair that could stand up and have very good hair. But my hair goes down. And so what I did, it was I wash my hair. That's another kid taught me this trick. But I did not wash away the soap. I left the soap. I said the soap on my head. And then I slept. And then in the morning, my hair was like strong. Then I held in place, like up. And then I went to school. Like, this is a new factor. In primary school, no problem. Because girls were not in a factor. Now in high school, it was all about impressing the girl. And we have a co-ed system back then. After the years and the influence from the Gulf state, they started to separate the girls and the boys. But the Mauritanian system, all, my education, all the way till I finished, it was co-ed system. Now I think it's only like the universities are co-ed, and I don't have the information, but I think they started to separate girls and boys due to the influence from the some Gulf states that way. So and so yeah, and that's where I also experienced my first like falling in, yeah, if you call love, and so with this girl whose name shall remain private because she's still here, I think. And she was very rich. They have very nice house, and she had her own chauffeur. So way, way over my leg, above my leg. And but she always sat beside me because she wants to copy from me because I was always good, with the test. And she was very nice, and so, and then I could never tell her my feeling because all of this love story and so and infatuation all happened in my head. It was never like conveyed to her or to anyone for that matter except this voice message, maybe this text. And I always was hoping that some miracle would happen, that she would come first. But my thinking that I was way under her, under her level, and it was like almost impossible for me to talk to her family, and that was going on for 3 years, like because what you guys call Junior high is 3 years in Mauritania, and then lycée, which is senior high, is 3 years. So I stayed with her all the 3 years. Always we sat always like same table. We tried to sit always at the same table, and she always like she needed me much more in the when we had the test because I helped her pass, and so like girls in Mauritania grow up much faster than men, so they so she would like marry a guy who is like maybe 10, 15 years older, who already has a job, everything. So if she wants to educate herself, he would help her in her education, and so it was like impossible, mission impossible par excellence for me. And then all that story, all that pain, all that suffering, day in, day out, thinking about her in my dream, hoping that some miracle would happen, happened all in my head, never to be shared with anyone. So what I did, I had the courage one day when it was the end of the last year of junior high. I made her a mixtape of Kulthum and others, and then I went to her place, and then the the guy who worked for them, I don't know what it's called, like rich people have people working for them in the house, cooking for them, making tea, and so, and and he opened the door. What's up? I didn't have a reason to come to the house, absolutely no reason. And then I pretend it was a mistake. And then I don't know what I did, but I said, no, this is the wrong house. And then I helped him send me away. Because at that moment I had a second thought. I did not want to meet her because I did not want her to ask me what you doing, and so. And then much less her father or any of her family. Who the hell are you? And so I cannot say, oh, I'm that smart kid, though that always help your daughter going through school. That's not a good reason to come. Anyway, so I went away, and then I went to the next the convenience store next to them, and I put the mixtape in envelope and addressed to her. Said, I was looking for so and so, her name, but she's not home. I didn't know whether she was home or not. Maybe I asked. Well, she was, I don't remember, but then I gave to him. Never ask about it. Never talk to her again. Never. Don't remember I saw her again. Oh, this is a phone. 1 second. Let me. Maybe. السلام عليكم مرحبا وسهلا وهلا.